Okay, in today's readings, we're going to get to John chapter 1 because I want to make sure that you don't misunderstand something about these grid readings. You know, a biblical worldview at the end of the day is all about a person. It's not just about information, it's not just about an ideology. It's about a person, and that person is Jesus. And John chapter 1 really makes that clear. It says in verse 1, in the beginning, the Word, talking about Jesus, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now you can compare this verse to Genesis 1:1, where it says, in the beginning, God. And so what we see here is that Jesus is God. Now, if that's confusing to you, the whole idea of the Trinity, I'll make sure to include some topics linked below this video so that you can research that some more. Because if you don't understand Jesus, then you'll never understand a biblical worldview. It says in verse 4, the Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. We're going to see that Jesus brings truth and light and life into the world. Jesus is the one who allows us to live a life of freedom and joy and purpose. It's not just that he allows us to change our minds about how to see the world. It's more than that. He actually changes us. That's what we're going to be learning in the next few days. Let's scroll a little bit further. It says this in verse 10. He came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. He came to his own people, the Israelites, and even they rejected him. But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. We'll talk more about this. We call this the defining moment. I'll put a link for that below. But that's the moment when you put your faith in Christ and you make a personal decision to trust in him for your salvation. It says in verse 14, so the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. And so we see this whole concept of love. You know, Jesus didn't just teach about love, he embodied love. Jesus coming to the earth was God loving us and showing his love in action to us. All right, so let's just scroll down, and this is a long chapter, but I think you'll enjoy it as you read it. And I want to show you just one more verse. It's the key verse for today. It says in verse 43, the next day Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip, and he said to him, come, follow me. And I want you to just notice that simple invitation. You know, Jesus isn't going to make you adopt his way of seeing things. Jesus isn't going to make anyone follow him, but he's going to invite everyone to follow him. Kind of like we saw in Joshua earlier in the readings. Joshua said, you get to choose who you're going to serve. And Joshua said, I'm going to serve the Lord. As for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. And Jesus is saying that too. Hey, I'm offering you freedom and light and life and love. You don't have to receive it, but if you want it, you can have it. And Jesus invites everyone to come and follow him. So you're ready to read John chapter 1, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next day's reading.